General disclaimer. Welcome to this official presentation on Affiliate Marketing Model 3.0. All presenters are providing their services on a volunteer basis and are active participants in all products they are presenting. Their views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of the organisation. While we aim for accuracy, errors may occur. All content is for informational purposes only. The information provided is general and not personalised advice. We are not liable for any losses. We provide information and systems, but we do not endorse any purchases of memberships. Your decisions are yours alone, so we advise conducting thorough research. If uncertain, seek guidance from a qualified professional. Attendees accept these terms by continuing to view this presentation. Let's explore affiliate marketing cautiously and curiously. Legal disclaimer. You are viewing an Affiliate Marketing 3.0 official presentation. All products and services, their component parts and operating methods and systems, either provided by or created by Affiliate Marketing 3.0, belong solely to Affiliate Marketing 3.0. All IPs are protected. Anyone copying, distributing, or reselling any Affiliate Marketing 3.0 product without express permission risks serious legal consequences. Any unauthorized broadcasting, live streaming, or social media sharing of Affiliate Marketing 3.0 presentations is strictly prohibited. Downloading and re-uploading presentations without permission violates copyright law and may also lead to legal consequences.
Good afternoon, good day, everybody who is here. My name is Grace, and I welcome all you VIPs to Affiliate Marketing Training, Masterclass Training Part 2, continuation from yesterday's Masterclass Training. And the reason I call you VIPs, very important participants, is because you know the value of learning, because it has a direct impact on your earning. With the lesson today, going back to basics, the continuation of that is like going back to the future, because you go back to be able to gain the wisdom of what you have in present time. And Trashit is going to take you to the vision of the future. And so you can visualize that and know that what you do today will impact your future. So thank you all for being here. Now, I know that a team that learns together, grows together, and earns well together. So if you know and you look around and you see someone missing from your team, go ahead and give them a call, a text, and have them come and join us and join you in this journey of learning. And also, get your pen and your notebook ready so that you will be able to jot down your notes, the answers, because Trashit will spend a few minutes to be able to talk to them. Now, all that you are here, please go to your Zoom icon, the Zoom icons, and look at that one that has a heart, react. And I want you to put your click on the clapping hands, all of you, please, so that you can help me to give a warm welcome to Trashit Jalo from India, our master trainer. Trashit, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Grace, and welcome everybody. Yes, it's the second part in continuity to the last night's master training. So last night was an amazing session. We believe we could deliver the best we can around Bitcoin, and then the comparative analysis with Bitcoin code. So tonight it's gonna be the more advanced version of last night's training. Whatever you have learned last night, that all we are gonna see on the live interface live dashboard, and we will help you understand in detail more about BTCC. So I'm Trashad. For those who know me, I'm one of the key trainer to the project. I am also one of the rank leader and a few of the community member who have been a part of this amazing project since the day one. So we had that privilege, and many of the rank leaders right now, even in this session, had that privilege to witness a live blockchain. I mean, the blockchain going live right in front of us. We were few of the early miners who connected with this blockchain and started mining BTCC. How this journey has been so far, I will show you live on the dashboard, and we will learn many other things as well about BTCC. So let us begin this. So this is the BTCC master training. BTCC is the next evolution of Bitcoin, and grab this opportunity the best you can. All right. This is gonna be again a very lengthy training. Please make sure that you are aligned. We will try our best to keep you engaged as much as we can. Of course, like Grace mentioned, no, take pen and paper so that you can note down all the details, and we will have a Q&A as well at the end of the session. So in the last night's session, we learned, let us quickly revise first. In the last night's session, we learned about blockchain, how a blockchain is immutable. How did this journey started? We had the world's greatest global recession in the year of 2008, and the main reason behind it was the fall of Lehman Brothers, the world's largest bank, going bankrupt. And then somebody introduced Bitcoin. The white paper of Bitcoin was published in October 2008. Then the first Genesis block of Bitcoin went live on 3rd of January, right? And with that, the world got an opportunity to claim the world's first digital cryptocurrency, that is Bitcoin. So we have been through this details. 21 million of limited supply, 19.87 million already mined, only 1.3 million left. The current supply, because of the halving every 4 years, is right now 3.125 Bitcoin. And this is an amazing journey. So the Bitcoin supply is only through mining, and it is a very cost-centric process. It's a physical mining process of Bitcoin, which requires high-end processors, which requires uninterrupted power supply, which requires uninterrupted internet connection. And then because of the grand scale of mining Bitcoin, there are, the cooling mechanism also need to be intact, and this is the cost of mining. So last night what we did not cover was, back in 2009, when people would have started the Bitcoin's mining, even then they would have incurred all this cost. They would have purchased the ant miners, they would have had the power supply, internet connection, there would be rental charges of this, this entire setup. So lots of things are involved in the cost of mining Bitcoin. But how do you make a profit from this kind of business model depends on how much the value of your claimed or mined Bitcoin it appreciates. Let's say back in 2009, or maybe even in 2010, 2011, not many people knew about Bitcoin and the mining of Bitcoin. It required specific skill set for people to understand this technical concept and start mining Bitcoin. But they, of course, would have incurred the cost of mining in terms of the electricity bill, in terms of internet bill, right? But what they were claiming was Bitcoin. Now, back then, Bitcoin didn't have that much value, but still they understood the scarcity formula. They understood the demand and supply mechanism, and for that reason they still mined Bitcoin. They kept on mining Bitcoin even today. When the supply is just 3.125 Bitcoin, people are still mining Bitcoin. Why? Because they know the futuristic potential of Bitcoin, right? So they can envision the future, how much the Bitcoin can appreciate in value if there is a scarcity with every halving year in the supply of Bitcoin. So even though the cost of this mining, the electricity bill, internet bill was very expensive, and whatever they gained was just a digital coin which had no value at that time, but they believed in this and they still kept on mining. Same thing is 100% applicable to BTCC. Right now, BTCC is not on any exchange. Right now, you cannot directly cash out your BTCC, but it doesn't mean that it will not have a value in the near future. So we are on the exact roadmap of Bitcoin. We are following the exact protocol of Bitcoin. And if, it's said like, if we could even touch a bit trace of Bitcoin, even that would have created that will create a huge value for everybody who is mining Bitcoin code BTCC right now. So we understood this in the last night's session. There are, mining farms across the world in capacity of huge football grounds, and they keep on mining Bitcoin every day, uninterrupted. Why? Because Bitcoin is a valuable asset. Even right now, one Bitcoin is $104,000. It went to all-time high, $111,000, 900. So the future of the system of the nations and the economy and everything is digital, right? So very soon the financial structure will also be decentralized and digital. So Bitcoin is ruling right now. Bitcoin is going to rule in the next years as well. And the key event to this value creation of Bitcoin is its halving. So Bitcoin halving at every $210,000 when 210,000 blocks when are created on Bitcoin's blockchain. This halving event happens. It takes approximately 4 years, and the last halving event happened on 19th of April 2024, and Bitcoin right now went all-time high to $111,970. So with every halving year, Bitcoin goes or touches or crosses its all-time high. And we still believe that this is not the all-time high right now. It's gonna surpass more than $111,000, because right now the entire market is still bullish. The sentiments are still bullish. So you can imagine, just with 3 halvings, if Bitcoin, I mean 4 halvings, if Bitcoin can go from $0.009 to $111,000, can you imagine we still have 115 years left when entire Bitcoin will be in supply? And there are still almost like 80 halvings left. So this is an only asset which will create such a huge value in near future. So Bitcoin, the king of cryptocurrencies, why it could go to, from $0.09 to $110,000? It's simple. The supply is limited. 21 million supply, 19.87 million already in circulation. We are left with only 113 million Bitcoins, which will ever, are left and ever will come into supply, into circulating supply. And it will take almost 115 more years. The final year is 2140th year. Will we all be still alive? We don't know that, but Bitcoin is gonna be there. If not you, your next future generation will benefit from Bitcoin if you still start believing in Bitcoin. So it's a pretty simple formula which has made more millionaires and billionaires in last few years, and it's demand and supply. Imagine the existing population of Earth is 8.11 billion. And the total supply of Bitcoin is 21 million, of which 19.87 million is already has been mined or right now is in existing supply. And with 1.13 million only that are left, can you imagine if only a 20% from this, 20% from this, almost 1.6 billion people, if they start taking interest in Bitcoin, is this Bitcoin sufficient for everybody? What happens when demand is high and the supply is less? The value of that asset, of that product, it appreciates, it inflates, right? So demand is high, supply is limited, and it's going to be more limited as the time will pass, as more halving events will happen. So price of Bitcoin is bound to go high, and evolution of EVM, DeFi, DAO, everything, the new technologies are gonna again lead to a large scale of crypto ecosystem. So because of this, Bitcoin is the future. And we have examples, those who could believe in Bitcoin, who could foresee the future of Bitcoin, they are millionaires and billionaires. And those who could not, they spent 10,000 Bitcoin for $40 worth pizza back in 2010. But just imagine if we would have been brilliant enough to foresee this future in 2010, if we would have invested just $1,000 in Bitcoin, we would have claimed something around 2,500 Bitcoins. And compared to the current value of Bitcoin, $104,700 right now, as of today, this is $216 million. Is it enough? It's more than enough to change the entire financial situation of your generation, your next generation or next coming generations. In Indian currency, it's almost 23 billion. So anybody who would have just invested $1,000 back in 2010, in just 15 years, they would have been not just, in US dollar, millionaire, but in Indian currency, billionaire. This is Bitcoin. And with the demand and supply, we all know how a value is created. We learned last night, that whenever a coin value is to be determined, it is always backed by a liquidity, which in fact creates this value. So depending on the supply and liquidity, we learned this last night, right? So let's say you have 100 coins and you have a liquidity against it of $1,000. So the value of each coin is $10. So as people start investing in that coin, the supply gets reduced because people start holding that coin, right? So from the open supply, it gets reduced. And when people buy this coin, the liquidity is increased. So for that reason, the value of coin, it increases. In a similar manner, when people start selling coins, when people start dumping coins, so the coins get back into open supply and the liquidity reduces. That devalues the coin, right? So Bitcoin is Bitcoin right now. We have almost $104,000 of value. So why it was possible? It was possible because people right now are holding Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in liquidity in most of the exchanges. This shows that people still believe in Bitcoin. And because of that belief, a value is created, and that value is $104,000. The community sentiments are still bullish, right? So this is how the supply and liquidity are key component to determine the value of a coin. Now, if we see from Bitcoin Code's perspective, Bitcoin Code right now is at $123 of value. How we concluded, got to this value. So this value is because of an on-chain liquidity. So we have our own liquidity. So we have our own liquidity, which is in WBTC and BTCC, and this is pegged against BTCC. And from that, we are able to get to this value, $123. Of course, right now, the coin is not on open exchanges, but this liquidity and this value comes from the internal on-chain liquidity that we have on our blockchain. And where can you see this? You have the scanner, our own scanner, Bitcoin Code.technology. And when you go to tokens and from there BTCC, you can see all the BTCC assets in different wallets. So this is RAB BTCC, 213,000, right? This is the 21 million coins smart contract from which every day the supply is released. Okay. So now we learned about Bitcoin code last night. We learned that our blockchain is EVM compliant. We have the highest TPS, we have the lowest gas fees. So this all will make our blockchain more scalable, more compatible. But we are right now a layer 2 blockchain. That means we are right now based on a primary blockchain, and we are following their protocols. But right now, with the annual maintenance and everything that is going on with BTC20 smart chain development, soon we are gonna be layer 1 blockchain. That means we don't have to depend on any other blockchain. We will have our own infrastructure. We will have our own mechanism, tokenomics, everything. And that will give more credibility to us as a established blockchain. And with that, there will be lots more traction. And with that, we will be much more sufficient to go to go open in the market. So Bitcoin Code, the fundamental basic coin of the BTC20 smart chain, designed on the exact protocol of Bitcoin. So we started with a minimum liquidity, and a $3 value was determined. So we remember, like on 23rd of October, when Chavez, I hope everybody remembers, last night we taught about nodes, what are nodes and how important nodes are. So for any blockchain, nodes are very, very fundamental and instrumental units of the blockchain. They validate the transaction, they do all the record keeping, and for that they get yield against their service. So when BTC20 smart chain was launched back in 2023, the first node was set up by Chavez. And with that node, the mining ecosystem, it got live. Like with Bitcoin in 2009, maybe Satoshi Nakamoto or whosoever that person or that group is, they launched the first node on 3rd January 2009. And with that, the first Genesis block, the first block of that blockchain was created, right? So our first block, the BTC20's first block, was created on 3rd of October 2023 when BTC20 Smart Chain was launched. and node play a very crucial role in the entire setup of a blockchain. It is practically the decentralized network of nodes spread it globally, which sustains this blockchain, and validator also. They are also very important concept, but nodes practically give more security, provide more security to the blockchain. So we started this journey with the first node, and the first Genesis block was created when Chavez started mining, or when he released this node on 3rd October 2023. And with that, 21 million 21 million BTCC were logged in the smart contract. This is the smart contract. You can see right now 20 million are still. And this 21 million were logged in the smart contract. And from this smart contract, every day, 7,200 BTCC are released at a rate of 50 BTCC every 10 minutes. I'll give you this calculation. So 50 BTCC every 10 minutes. That means in 1 hour, there will be 6 into 50, that is 300 BTCC. And every day, that would be 24 hours. So 7,200 BTCC are right now released every day. Every day. Okay. And if we do some mathematics here as well, so on the dashboard, you can see this is 21 million. Okay. From this, 4.4 million already is in supply, already is in circulating supply. So let us do some reverse calculation, and let us count the number of days. And let us keep 3rd of October 2023 till today, and calculate the number of days. So the number of days is 620. Let us keep 620 because right now it has crossed 1200 hours. So if we do the calculation, 7,200 coins every day into 620 number of days. So this comes to 4.4 million. Okay. If we do 621, so 7,200 into 621. So that's 4.4 million. So can you see this? Let me zoom out. Can you see this? 4.4 million. Of course, we cannot get to the exact number of coins, but yes, approximately we are at 4.471 million, right? So this is entire setup of BTCC, and it is decentralized setup. This is the mining DApp of BTCC, and based on the value of BTCC, this is the circulating market cap, almost $551 million. This is the circulating market cap. Imagine if this coin goes to $200, $500. Let's say it just doubles from here. You can imagine what a business volume we have, how much our market cap worth would be. And it's only a matter of time when this coin will be in open exchanges. So this is an entire decentralized ecosystem, and even Chavez started claiming BTCC using the NFTs and everything right from the day first. There might be his wallets somewhere here, the top wallets. as a company, as a key person, he is also mining with the community. So this is BTCC's ecosystem, and this is an absolutely decentralized ecosystem. So with the current value of 123, backed by liquidity, we have almost 4.471 million BTCC out in circulating supply, and this will continue until the first halving. The rate of supply BTCC 50 BTCC, it will continue for next 840 days. So until the first halving, this is our prime time when we can claim the maximum BTCC. After first halving, this supply will be reduced to 25. And we have seen last night, right? As the number of the miners, they keep on increasing, everybody receives less value of less number of BTCC. So 50 BTCC being distributed, but if there are only 100 miners, everybody gets 0.5. If there are 1,000 miners, everybody gets 0.05. If there are 100,000 miners, everybody gets 0.0005 BTCC. So as the number of miners, they keep on increasing, your claim to the daily supply, it keeps on reducing. So you will not get this time back. Start mining BTCC. It's very important to claim BTCC today, because right now we are having the maximum supply, which will never ever happen again. Once we reach this first halving event. Okay. So BTCC started with a minimum liquidity, and this kept on increasing in value, and right now it's trending at $123, and its all-time high is $217,000. That means we have reached to a certain level of liquidity at which we got a value of $217. So start your BTCC mining today if you have not yet. And then we went through the Bitcoin's perspective. Everybody, I hope it is clear to you all that we are on the exact, we are following the exact protocol of Bitcoin, but we are different in terms of technology. We are more advanced, we are more scalable, we are more compliant to the latest technologies. So Bitcoin's mining is energy centric. The physical processors, they do not run on on their own. They require electricity. So just imagine when thousands and thousands of miners they are running, how much electricity it will be consumed. And is electricity a renewable source of energy? No, it is not. It's a very expensive source of energy. So because of this, many countries, they don't entertain Bitcoin's mining. They have sanctioned it. But we are in a digital era, and we are fully digital mining of Bitcoin code. So lots of things can happen with BTCC, and it is bound to happen. Then we went through this halving events, and we covered this journey of Bitcoin from $0.009 to $111,000, right? And when BTCC was launched, it was launched with a minimum liquidity priced at $3, with a number of 15,000 miners, and the supply was 50 BTCC set from the day one. And this supply is still continuing until the first halving, when this supply will be reduced to half. So the traction that Bitcoin gained with the first halving, this was the first halving, from 0.009, it went to $1,100, all-time high after the first halving. So right now we are at $120. Can you imagine where we can land before the first halving? And very soon we are going to see so many things happening on BTCC just within a year's span. Even before, almost a year before halving, you will see this value of BTCC at a very exponential level. So this is the mining dashboard of BTCC. This is the homepage of landing page of BTCC, and this is on exact roadmap of Bitcoin. This is the white paper of BTCC on the the Bitcoin code.technology. When you open the URL, you will find two options. One button will take you to the mining dashboard. One will take you to the scanner of the blockchain, and here is the link to the white paper of BTCC. So whenever you present BTCC, make sure you look confident, and you look you can use this as your presentation. So this has everything about BTCC, how everything has been organized. Just go through the white paper. Okay, so this is BTCC's white paper. Okay. And this is in fact developed and designed exactly from the white paper of Bitcoin, but with more advancements in technology. So this will take you to the mining dashboard, this purple button, and your mining dashboard looks something like this, where you can connect your BTCC wallet. So on MetaMask or any Web3 wallet, you have this option to install the BTC20 smart chain. How can you do that? Go to the scanner. How can you go to the scanner from here? From the, where is it? So from this homepage, you can go to the BTC20 Explorer. You can go to the scanner, scan.bitcoincode.technology. And in that, you can scroll down at the bottom, and you have this option, add BTC20 smart chain to your Web3 wallet. So when you tap on this option, you will be able to install the BTC20 network. Once you have installed BTC20 network, you will see BTCC as the basic fundamental coin in your wallet. Although it will be zero because you have just started, but then you can ask your sponsor, you can ask your upline for some few BTCC, only in some decimal units, and you will be more than sufficient to start mining BTCC. Once you start mining BTCC, then harvest, and then you can continue. Now, for other tokens on the BTC20 smart chain, you have this option. Go to tokens, you have all, and on this all section, you will have all the different tokens available on BTC20 smart chain. Okay, and you can deploy, this is a decentralized open blockchain, so you can deploy your token if you are technically aware of how to do that. So the basic tokens that you will require is BFuel and USDT, and sometimes maybe WBTC. So this is the smart contract of USDT BTC20. Now understand this. We have different versions of USDT, like USDT TRC20, that's from the Tron blockchain, USDT BEP20, that is from the Binance Smart Chain, USDT Polygon, USDT Base, right? In a similar manner, on our own blockchain, we have this stable coin, which is called USDT BTC20. And this is the smart contract ending with 7878A. So you may copy this smart contract. You may go to your Web3 wallet and use the import token option to import the smart contract and the token. So that way you will have BTCC and USDT. Okay, this is how you use this scanner. That is the back office of this blockchain. Okay. So now we are sorted. We know how this dashboard is organized, and from where we can see the data, the statistics of the blockchain. It's a scan.bitcoin code.technology. In the token, we have BTCC. So this is the dashboard. You can see on this dashboard on the upper section, you have the market statistics of the BTCC. And when you scroll down, you have your personal statistics in these three boxes. And with these two boxes, you can swap BTCC to USDT or vice versa. And if you want to buy B fuel, you may use this link for USDT to B fuel to USDT. Okay, so these two boxes are to buy USDT, BTCC, B fuel. Okay, and these three are your personal statistics. Okay. So before we get into this detail, let me help you understand about how you can claim BTCC. So to claim BTCC, we have 3 digital NFTs, which give you a capacity, which gives you a functionality to claim from the daily supply. How much is the daily supply? Daily supply is 7,200. Okay. And this 7,200 gets into supply at 50 BTCC every 10 minutes. Okay. So Xeon GT1X, Xeon GT10X, Xeon GT100X, $50, $500, and $5,000. With every NFT, there are 2 components associated with every NFT. One is the hash power. And the other is B fuel consumption. I'll help you understand this thing with a live example, like real life example. Like whenever you go to purchase a car, let's say you want to purchase a car, then one component that you will definitely like to inquire about is the engine and its horsepower, right? The more horsepower your car engine has, more speed it will give to your car, faster your car would run, right? But if there is a high horsepower, right, there will be more fuel consumption, right? More fuel consumption, and it will give you less mileage. Is it correct? That means the cost of fuel to you will be more. Cost of fuel would be more. In a similar manner, if you are buying any NFT, it has its own hash power. Hash power is the how do you call it? It's the power with which you can, it's the value with which you can claim the number of BTCC from the daily supply. Understand like this: more the hash power, more you will claim from the daily supply. Now the supply is limited and the supply is fixed, but who will get how much depends on the hash power of the NFTs involved. And with each NFT, there is a B fuel consumption rate. What is B fuel? I will explain later. And you will understand both these factors in the next slides. So associated with each NFT, there is a hash power and there is a B fuel consumption rate. So higher the value of the NFT, more hash power it will have, and more B fuel it will consume. That means it will give you more expenses. Okay. So this is one way to claim BTCC. Now each NFT, once you plug into the mining dApp, it gives you 140 years of mining privilege. And as you plug in your NFT, you start claiming BTCC, as well as you start incurring biofuel consumption charge. Both of these, it's like a meter. You see this changed right now, 332.0017, now it's 033, right? It changed. So this is how your B fuel consumption meter will start, and so will be your NFT start claiming from the daily supply 7200. Okay, now the number of NFTs I am having, with each NFT's individual hash power, I will have a total hash power, right? And my total hash power will contribute to the entire system's hash power. The more the contribution, more BTCC I will have. Less the hash power, less BTCC I will have. Okay. So let me help you understand. So this is one way through which you can claim BTCC. The other way is through nodes offering, nodes program. Of course, we know right now the nodes are not functional, right? But nodes are not open for subscription. But all those people who have subscribed to nodes, they claim BTCC every hour. Okay. So now let us understand this cost of mining. What is B fuel exactly? So we know that Bitcoin's mining is a physical process, physical uh, uh, event, right? And it's a energy centric, and it's a cost intrinsic process, right? There are recurring charges, there are maybe high end charges, there are lots of goes into determining the cost of mining. But whatever you are mining, it is Bitcoin, right? Let's say with all this, the monthly expense to you is $25,000 or maybe $2,500, right? And let's say you have mined 0.005 Bitcoin. Is it worth? I mean, if it would have been 2009, it would not have been worth. But in 2025, when you have already mined this BTC Bitcoin, then it is right now at $104,000. So you making a profit from this mining business depends on when do you cash out your claimed asset, right? Let's say with this entire mining setup, you have made like 2 BTC, 2 BTC, 2 Bitcoin. Now back in 2009, it would have given you how much? Maybe $10. I don't think so, even that much in 2009. But same Bitcoin, if you would have hold this Bitcoins and you would have sold this Bitcoin in 2025, this Bitcoin would have given you how much? 104. So it's 208 thousand, right? Today. So your profits from this mining facility depends on when do you actually cash out your claimed or mined assets. So if you compare it with BTCC, right now it is not available on open exchanges, but does it mean that it will never ever be available on exchanges? No. So the important thing right now is to claim BTCC. It's important. Okay. And I will explain how. So this was the cost of mining Bitcoin, right? And electricity is one of the key factor in determining the cost of mining Bitcoin. So if we consider all the global countries, and if you see the electricity cost per unit is different for different countries. Like if you see USA, it's 0.01751 per unit. In India, it's 0.00731 per unit. In Zimbabwe, it's 0.0051 unit. So let's say everybody in this three countries, 1, 2, and 3 countries, if they are mining with the exactly similar miners and miners, same thing, same configuration, same processing, and same claim, but the cost of mining in USA will be expensive. It will be a bit cheaper in India, and it will be a lot more cheaper in Zimbabwe, right? Because the cost of electricity, just one of the component, is different for different countries. But we are into this digital mining, and what Chavez brilliantly did is he introduced a energy quotient similar to like this electricity quotient, and he introduced this B fuel. So B fuel is the energy quotient, right? With which we can determine the cost of mining for our digital NFTs. So this B fuel, 1 unit costs us 0.0125, and this is permanent. This is forever. 0.0125 per B fuel is the value, dollar value of B fuel. 1 B fuel, 0.0125. Okay, so with this, anybody who is mining in USA or India or Spain, Italy, UAE, Zimbabwe, it's same for everybody. The cost of mining is same for everybody. So now B fuel is the energy quotient, and miners require B fuel. Like we discussed, the car engines, they require fuel. In a similar manner, this digital NFTs, they require B fuel. And how much B fuel you have consumed, that determines your cost of mining. So miners require B fuel, mining fees is paid in B fuel, and lots many other practical use cases we can have with B fuel, because this is a standard digital unit which Chavez has introduced. Okay, so with every digital NFT that I have mentioned, like I had mentioned, that it has a certain hash power, right? It has a certain hash power. Along with that, it has a consumption value. How much BFuel it will consume per second. So with this Xeon GT1X, this 1x resembles the hash power in kilowatt. So hash power 1 kilowatt is 1x. Okay. So Xeon GT1X, it's the hash power with the hash power of 1 kilowatt and the consumption rate of 0.00278 BFuel per second. Okay. 0.00278. So now this is also fixed for this NFTs. Okay. So this NFT can be purchased with $50, 140 years of mining privilege, hash power 1 kilowatt. The mining fees gets to $3. How do we get to $3? I will show you in this calculation. The consumption is 0.00278 BFuel per second. So let us do the mathematics. 0.00278 per second. Now in an hour, in a minute, there are 60 seconds. In an hour, there are 60 minutes. And in a day, there are 24 hours. So this comes to 240 B fuel units every day. So if you plug in this NFT, this is Xeon GT1X, right? This is Xeon GT1X. So one NFT is gonna cost me 240 B fuel per day. Okay. Now this price is in B fuel. How do we get it to dollar? By multiplying it with 0.0125. So we will have a dollar value. Is it correct? So 240.192 per day multiplied by 0.0125, that gets to $3 per day. That means this single NFT will cost me $3 per day. With two NFTs, the cost is $6 per day. Okay. So what numbers you see, these are in B fuel. So now if I would unstake this miners, so neither the B fuel will increase nor the BTCC claim I can have. This will be stalled. This will stop, right? Both the figures, both the numbers will stop. Why? Because we have unstaked this miner. That means for this BTCC, this B fuel value is fixed, isn't it? If we will unplug this miners, neither this will increase nor this will increase. So for 26.259 BTCC, this B fuel value is fixed. And that is what Chavez wanted to achieve from by a energy constant, right? So this is the claim from 7200 based on my hash power. What is the hash power? 1000 into 2. So that's 2000 or 2 kilowatt of hash power. Okay, right? This is $50 NFT, Xeon GT1X. So 1000 of each, 2000 watt of hash power. So depending on my hash power, I have claimed 26.259, and based on the energy on the B fuel consumption, I am having this value. So let's get back to the dashboard and let us study these boxes. So this is the first box in which BTCC rewards. That's the standard supply rate, existing supply, 50 BTCC every 10 minutes. Number of Xeon miners, 2. As you could see, there were 2 NFTs. And this is the B fuel consumption value from this mining DApp. This 246,336. Okay. So 246,336. This is the value. Okay. Then the second box. This is the number of BTCC I have already claimed. So these are my BTCC, but right now they are not available or not accessible. I need to pay this B fuel consumption fee, the cost of mining, right? And with this, with this NFTs, 2 NFTs, the hash power is 2000, right? And this is the total system's hash power, 627 million. So my hash power, my share from the total mining share will determine how much BTCC I will have from 7200 every day. Okay. Now this is B fuel consumption is in B fuel. So if we want to convert it into dollar, we will have to multiply it with 0.0125. So this will give us a number that is 3079. Let us check. So the B fuel consumption is 246,336 multiplied by 0.0125. So that's 3,079. Here it is, 3,079, right? And how much BTCC I have claimed? It's 26.259. Okay. Now, as per the current value of BTCC, if I harvest this BTCC, I pay this 3079 and I take this 26.259 out from the mining DApp, then I need to pay 3079. And if I sell it instantly, what are my asset value? The cost of BTCC is 123.197. So that's 3,235. So in fact, my cost of mining is 3079 and my BTCC net worth is 3,235. So I am right now already in profit. So 3,235 minus. So I am almost $155.82 in profit. Okay. So what I had mentioned, like you claim from the daily supply, it doesn't matter, at what rate you claim. But to make a profit, you should make sure that you sell at a value which would in fact give you a profit. So let us do this calculation. Let me change my wallet. Okay. So right now you can see the claimed BTCC is 372.049. Okay. And the B fuel consumption is 64,504. So if we do the calculation, this is 64,504 divided by the number of BTCC. So this is 173.37. This is the cost of mining. This is the cost at which I have claimed each BTCC from the daily supply, right? What it is? 173. And what is the current value of BTCC? 123. So unless and until BTCC's value, it crosses 173, I am not even making a profit. It's not even break even. Okay. So in order to claim profit from this wallet, from the mining on this wallet, my cost of mining comes to something 173. I need to I mean the BTCC values needs to appreciate more than this so that I will be in profit. Okay. But if I want to harvest right now, I can harvest by paying this 64,500. But to claim a profit, I must see when I am cashing it out at what value. Okay. So the total B fuel cost is 64,500. Okay. This is the total B fuel cost, right? And the current value of, so 372 multiplied by 123, this will give 45,756. So my cost of mining is 64,000. And if I harvest right now and if I sell it right now, I am only making 45,000. So I am right now at a loss. But what if I sell it off when the value it reaches $200? So 372 multiplied by $200, this is 74,400. Right? So right now, then I would be in profit, right? What if it reaches $500 value? So 372 multiplied by 500, this will give 186,000. So as I mentioned that the cost of mining is fixed. So for 372, this is the fixed value. The cost of mining is fixed. But if you harvest, your profit depends on when do you actually cash out your harvested BTCC. It's pretty simple. So what we tell is hold as much BTCC as possible. You're harvesting today or tomorrow, it doesn't matter. After harvesting, when you will actually sell, at what value of BTCC, that will determine your profit. Okay, so with this, the cost of mining was something around 173. So unless and until BTCC crosses this value, I'm not even making a profit. So I would hold. Even if I want to harvest right now, I can harvest, but my actual profit will depend on when I am cashing it out. So why is it important to mine BTCC right now? For this, let me take you to this Excel sheet. I hope this is clear to everybody. So how did we get to $3? The B fuel consumption of Xeon GD1X 0.00278 B fuel per second. So 3600 seconds across the day. And that's 240 B fuel into 0.0125. It's $3. Same calculation for Xeon GT10X. Here, the consumption rate is 0.0278. Hash power 10 kilowatt. Okay. So with this calculation, we come to something $30 every day. And for Xeon JD 100X, $5,000 worth NFT, this comes to $300 every day. Okay. And the hash power is 100 kilowatt, $100,000. So why should we hold BTCC? Because when the value of BTCC, it will appreciate, you will have an upside. And let me show you one example. So right now, can you see these two numbers? This is the BTCC, which already has been claimed. Okay. And this is the net asset value of this BTCC. Okay. Right. So let me do some calculations. So the net asset value is 132,438 divided by how many BTCC? 1571.507. So the cost of mining here you can see is $84.27 per BTCC. And this screenshot is very old, when it's almost around early 2024, I believe so. Okay, so the cost of mining for this account is 84.27 for this 1571 BTCC. If this guy or whosoever this wallet was, if he would not have sold at at this value, right now the value is 123. So 1571 multiplied by 123, his asset right now is 193,233 because he claimed this BTCC at a very low value, 84.27. Okay, and see, this is the B fuel consumption net worth, 55,183 only. 55,183 minus 55,183. So that's $138,050 in profit. $138,050 in profit if this guy did not sell off his BTCC. This is why you should hold BTCC as much as possible. If you can understand Bitcoin, then this is the next evolution of Bitcoin that you have an opportunity to claim into. Okay. So strategize your BTCC holding. Whatever you harvest, maybe you can plan for 4 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, howsoever you want. You can, whatever you have harvested, plan it accordingly. This is how millionaires and billionaires, they they increase their wealth, because of course there is no point in holding it for like 100 years. It doesn't make any sense. You have to live a life as well. So plan your holding, plan your harvesting, plan your wealth creation. This is your chance to creating wealth. So how can you determine how much BTCC you claim every day? So let me share that formula with you as well. And there will be just 10 minutes more we will take. And after that, we will conclude the session. So I mentioned this is your hash power. This is your hash power. It comes from what NFTs you are having, which you have staked, right? So I have 34 NFTs. One of them is 100x, and the other 33 are 1x. Okay. So 100x is 100 kilowatt, 100,000, and 33 1 kilowatt. So 33,000. So my hash power is 133,000. And this is system's hash power. So how much BTCC I will claim from the daily supply? The daily supply is 7,200. So here is the formula. So your net hash power divided by system's total hash power. This is your hash power. This is system's total hash power multiplied by daily supply. Now you must do this division first and after that multiply. Don't do simultaneously all together on the calculator. It will not give you exact result. So do this, press the equal to sign. After that, multiply it with 7,200. Don't do this in a sequence, in a straight go. Okay. So I have 33 Xeon GT1X, 33 Xeon GT1X, and 100K, 100X. Okay. So my hash power is 133,000. 133,000. And the system's hash power is 627 million. 627 million. Okay. So from this wallet, this mining setup, I claim 1.52 BTCC every day. Every day. Okay. Now with this setup, what is my cost of mining? I mean, how much I incur as B fuel every day? So there are 33 1x that cost me $3 every day, right? So this multiplied by this, so that's $99. And I have one that costs me $300 every day. So this is 300. So total it's $399 every day. Okay, with this 33 NFTs and one 100x, so that's $399 every day. But how much BTCC I am claiming? It's 1.52. So 1.52, considering the existing rate, it's $123, right? So again, let's do the multiplication. So 1.52, sorry. 1.52 BTCC every day multiplied by 123, that's the current value. It's 186. So right now, does this seems to be a profitable business for me? So the cost is $399 every day, and I am only making 186. every day. This is my cost and this is my make. So right now I am at a loss. But is it really a loss? No, because I am claiming something that has a very futuristic potential. Whatever I am claiming right now, it's gonna give me a leverage in coming years because this asset is bound to go exponential in next future. So for that reason, I will claim it today. Okay. I hope this is clear to everybody. And see this, we have some, with every master training when we used to demonstrate this Excel sheet. So we have some records here. See this, why it is important to claim today. Why? Because see this, in April 2024, with the same setup, same number of NFTs, I was claiming 4.62 BTCC every day. Why? Because the system's hash power was very less. There were less number of miners, so everybody would claim more. As the number of miners increases, the supply did not increase. The supply was still definite. So because of that, right now today, the system's hash power has increased from 206 million to 627 million. See, this is 2nd of June. This is 2nd of June 2024, just an year back. Just an year back. I was claiming almost double the value of today. So for that reason, claim BTCC today. You are not gonna get this value back. You're not gonna get this supply back. And the system's mining hash fee will keep on increasing as the number of miners, they will keep on coming. They will keep on joining this system. Day by day, the mining will get more and more expensive. So how do you overcome this? How can you remain sustainable? It's simple, by increasing your hash power. If instead of 33, let me change the value first. Okay, if instead of 33, if I'm having 330 minus, then my my daily claim will increase. So how do you beat inflation? Inflation, every day the inflation also increases. How do you beat inflation? By increasing multiple sources of income. Can you beat the inflation by just keeping your miners, keeping your funds, your capital in the bank? No, you will have to keep them invested. With investment, you can beat the inflation. In a similar manner, if you want to keep up with the pace of BTCC, you need to increase your hash power. So lots of people are selling their NFTs at cheap values. Buy them, grab them. I say to my team, beg, borrow, steal, howsoever, claim as many BTCC as possible. Every BTCC will have is having a future value. Claim as much as possible. Okay. I hope this makes sense to everybody. And it's pretty simple. Here, there are buttons to unstake and stake. So when you have any NFT which you have not yet put to stake or put to mining, you will see this number here, number of NFTs that are left with you, which you have not started mining. Then there is a number over here. So there are two buttons, miners in nodes, miners in wallet. So when you switch this buttons, when you observe miners in wallet, you will see NFT. There will be an option to stake. You press that stake button and your NFTs will be moved to miners in node and they will start mining for you. So this is the claim daily from the daily supply. This is B fuel consumption. And as these numbers start to change, that means you have started your meter and now you are claiming BTCC every day. So this is your asset, but in order to take it out of the system, you need to pay this. And as you pay this, it goes to the coin's liquidity. And with that, the value of coins increases. So this entire system Chavez has set up in a way like we buy NFT. What we do with these NFTs, we start mining with this NFT. What do we do with this mining? We pay the beer fuel. What happens with the payment of beer fuel? It goes to liquidity. It adds to liquidity, and if the liquidity of the coin it increases, what happens then? The value of the coin also increases, right? So it's a very common crypto coin behavior, but what this has been designed is brilliant. So that is all from the training side, I hope. Now with this specific calculations and the technical know-how of how this entire thing is set up, now you should feel more confident. And with this knowledge, I believe now you will feel more empowered that you can now go out in the open market and speak confidently about BTCC. Feel proud, feel privileged. Trust me again when I say this to you, the creator of BTCC, it's not just Chavez, there is a team behind it, there are brains behind it, and they have such huge plans for BTCC. BTCC is always going to be our fundamental, our backbone of this system. And it's one thing that has sustained throughout the journey of affiliate marketing 3.0. Other products may come and go, but BTCC is something that has been constant throughout. So that is it from this second day of the BTCC Master Training. Both the tutorials are available on YouTube, so you can use them, you can review them, you can use it to pitch BTCC to your prospects. Grace, over to you. Let's have a couple of questions, and after that, we can conclude this session.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tashit. I have a few words to share with you, but as I do that, please, I direct everybody to take a look at the chat. Now, right now, go ahead and copy that chat, put it down and copy it to a Word document or something, and make that part of your library because you want to have part one and you want to have part two, and make sure that you have those because this has been an impactful training, the kind of education that we just need to put a certificate on and have Trashit sign it so that we are certified in blockchain technology and BTCC, in the history of BTC, and how. And now you will be able to say how I became a millionaire. Thank you, Trashit. Okay?
Yeah.
Because he has given you the blueprint. All you have to do is just follow it. And he has taught you how to read it. So, Tashit, I want to wish you personally a very happy Father's Day. It is
Ah,
not Father's Day yet, but it is Father's Day weekend and is being celebrated expressly
yes,
tomorrow. And
yes.
so, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I want to go ahead and I wish everybody a very happy Father's Day, and especially the women who made them fathers, created these fathers, okay? Um, the reason that this is very significant is that at times, if you do not mind it, you will take something for granted. And one of the things that we cannot take for granted is the devotion and dedication and commitment that Trashit has demonstrated throughout in providing these masterclass trainings to this community. And even on Father's Day weekend, where judging from the size of everything that people are celebrating, he is here to teach you the fundamentals of how to become a millionaire. And so, Trashit, thank you so much for your commitment and your devotion to this community. And all of you, I do wish you really honestly a happy Father's Day. Grab your husbands, your sons, your brothers, your uncles, and everything like that. Give them a hug and thank them for being in your life because they make such a difference. So I'm ready. We are ready for a few questions, please. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some questions asked.
Please make sure they are around BTCC.
Yes, we'll stay on point, everybody. Anybody for any questions? A comment. Trashik, what this demonstrates is the thoroughness of the training that you provide, and the weight of it. I'm sure that everybody here who is um, wanting to ask a question or thinking about the meat of what you have provided us is thinking and saying, I want to watch this over and over again. So make sure to copy it. But Miss McKay, she is on and she wishes to ask a question, and you're looking absolutely wonderful today. Please go ahead and unmute Jayanti and please ask your question. You look absolutely marvelous.
Thank you, Grace. There is one product in WAAS that all of us are lucky to have. What's that product? Traffic. Okay. So every weekend you can come and get a little piece of them. Without that piece of product, WAAS is not valuable. So just let everybody know. Okay. I'm giving you an indirect, underhanded compliment, Rashid. You've just taken the entire training program and done exactly the way I would have done it. You're super valuable for our teams. Okay.
Thank you, Jayanti.
Once training starts now, you understand the BTC, then you will not leave and go anywhere. That is what
Yes.
happened to me. Okay. I didn't have people, I didn't have to do anything, but I understood the value of BTC. Tried and started getting my miners and things under my belt. Now is the time to build on the BTC and make your life. I don't have a lot of years left, but all of you guys have, and all of that better be used properly and taken care of. You will not get one of these kind of businesses simply and easily out there. So every one of you bring 10 people each day for the training. And this kind of training, you go and give $1,000 a day, you will not get the training. So to miss the training and not come is
Thank you, Jayanti, for your point.
Okay, whatever the word is, I can't get the word. Sorry, I'm getting old. I forget. I sat in the hospital and listened to his training. Okay, so it's that valuable. You're not supposed to lose it, and you do not come on a regular holiday to listen to his training. Just doesn't make sense. Okay. All right, that's all I'm gonna admonish all of you people here. And thank you so much, Rashid, for taking the effort and such
welcome
simple.
and thank you for your kind words. And in fact, we all should be grateful to Chavez, in fact, with his brilliance, with his excellence, what he has, in a way established his legacy with BTCC and given us the same opportunity to establish our legacy with BTCC. We may not have many years, but with BTCC, like Bitcoin, we can leave our legacy. Thank you once again, Jayanti, for your kind words.
And Trashit,
You're welcome.
please indulge me a second, because you have just mentioned legacy. And with the words that Jayanti just said, John, may I ask you, please, why do you feel that BTCC is important in your life, and what do you plan to go ahead and do with it? You're muted. You're muted. Please unmute.
You mean my life?
Yes.
Oh, okay. In the next 4 or 5 years, maybe I will collect enough and leave it for my husband. And after that, he will leave it for all my friends and nieces and nephews and whoever else needs it. Only those who respect it and learn about it and attend Trashit's training. Nobody gets it. I'm going to leave a minor for everybody in my life. They'll get it only when they attend his training or at least read his training. Good idea?
Thank you. Thank you. You're such a beautiful soul and a beautiful woman. Thank you so much for sharing with us
No
your
problem.
plan for your legacy, because you
My beauty
realize.
all went in one day.
Thank you so much. Because,
Okay.
people think, oh, okay, maybe this is for me, and what am I going to do? I'm not going to live 140 years. I have this gem. But you are all have the opportunity to create and establish trust funds and trust fund babies and a legacy. So thank you. Thank you for those kind words and inspiration, Yanti. Thank you.
I'm just going to give something that people can relate to rather than all of these. $50 is what they put in the beginning when we started in October, right?
Mhm.
And what am I going to get if I put $50 with a question? I said, I don't know. I'm going to learn along with you what we're going to get. And I think the beginning of this year, I went and did some harvesting and calculating the values of the miners that I have. Okay. Each miner that I purchased at $50 was valuable to me at $750 or $800. I said,
Wow.
well, $50 got you 800.
Wow.
Today, last time I totaled all my value, I had $8,850 worth of value for the miners that I bought when I joined. So what is everybody complaining about BTCC? Just keep it, right? And ask all your wives and girlfriends how they keep the diamonds, right? So that's what these are. These are your diamonds. Keep, and they will be valuable. So, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Keep it going. One thing though, you have to give birth to another 10 athletes to do continued training. No use, you finish and go away. You have to develop another 10 trash sheets. Okay?
We
Thank
would
you.
definitely have to create a Trashit NFT.
Yeah.
How's that? Okay.
We will leave our own legacy. Don't worry. Then thank you.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jayanti. Yes, Isabel.
Isabel, please go ahead and unmute.
Happy Father's Day, Trashit. Thank you for everything that you are doing. And thank you, Grace, for always there. Trashit, I am always here for the training and I'm learning. I don't know if it's a request or it's planned already for about the BTCC, how staking works. Yeah. Yeah. When because now we have the USDT and BTCC and USDT WBTC, when to buy, when to stake. something like that, so that we will understand and we can buy some WBTC and then stake on the pool.
So it will again take maybe 15 to 20 minutes of training. We can do that on some other context, but in the swap, you have this liquidity pool where you can stack BTCC and USDT and choose a liquidity pool and do that liquidity pool. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I don't understand. It's like this balancing.
Yes.
Yes.
So it will require some, again, detailed explanation, which is not possible right now, but maybe in some of the training we can do that. I'll keep in mind.
Okay. Thank you, Trashit.
No
We need to
problem.
understand that too, because yeah, we can move some funds there for the in the pool.
Yes, and P2P is definitely coming. And with P2P, it will not just be limited to exchange or swap. There are gonna be some more use cases of BTCC there as well. So just wait for BTCC P2P network as well. Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Trashit. Looking forward to learn that.
It's a pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. For now, how are you? Please go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
I'm good, thank you, Grace. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to Trashid. This is a really good training. And I don't know if you guys remember from the beginning, I always said, and I'm glad that some of my communities here, I always encourage them, just harvest and hold your BTCC. You know, I can care less about other platform, but the BTCC from the beginning, I look at it, this is my, this is a legacy for my family. And I'm glad that I listened to Chavez buying a note. So I see I help my community as well too. And I hope they take the BTCC, to the top, because this is a long-term investment. I look at it, I encourage everybody to come into the training. I hear what Trasit Go did today. It's amazing, Trasit, and I cannot thank you enough for stand by Chavez and all the tech people here, even Craig. I thank you to all of you guys for all your hard working. Appreciate it. And happy Father's Day, Tracy.
Blessings to you too, and thank you so much. And yes, this is all because of Chavez, and this is all dedicated to Chavez. So we are in a brilliant leadership with a brilliant leadership, as well as a brilliant community. I hope we will, far reach to all the people whom we love and care about with this opportunity. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you for now. David, please go ahead and unmute and ask your question. David?
Yes.
Okay, your video went off. Happy Father's Day. Good. There you are. How are you? Go ahead and unmute okay, go ahead and unmute. Okay, right next to your video. Good. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Happy Father's Day to everybody, to all to all humans, and also thanking the women who have made us fathers. Again, Trashit, that was nice. I've attended both sessions yesterday and today, and they are very educative. I've liked the trainings because I've got a more clearer understanding of not only BTCC, but the whole idea. I've got, one is a question and another is a request. Let me start with the request. Could you please send us that Excel for determining those that you've shown us? It will be good. Yeah. The other question is that I bought a number of NFTs from people who are selling. And at one time I was asking whether I'm making a good decision, but now I'm very firm. However, as I was looking between the times I bought the first time and the second time, I found out that the cost of mining kept on changing. There was at a certain time when the cost of mining was equivalent to around 185 USDT. Then later, so I was determining at what time do I make a profit. So when I checked again, I had to make a profit after attaining 200 and something. So I was just worried that it looks like the cost of mining is not fixed. It kept on changing. So I was thinking that, is it advisable to keep on harvesting because you never know the cost of mining might change? Or you think somebody can let the mining go on and harvest any time in the future? Thank you.
So first of all, about your request. So already shared in the Zoom chat, there is a link to a Telegram channel. I hope you all would have subscribed. This is where we put all our master training. So before every master trainings link that we share in this channel, we give a brief description about that particular episode, what was covered. And with this, all the master training, right from 2025's first episode in January, all the master trainings have been in a way broadcasted in this Telegram channel. So once again, I will request the co-host panel to submit this link to this channel. And about your other thing, so this mining hash fee often changes because people, they, when they see this numbers, where they are at loss and they don't understand properly, they stake and unstake the miners frequently. Sometimes people also move their miners from one wallet to other, just to have a fixed value on a certain wallet. They do that. So because of that, the rate of the cost of mining, it fluctuates. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, and whatever it is all calculated in a decentralized manner and on its own. So it doesn't matter if you harvest or not. It doesn't matter, because let's say right now, if the cost of harvesting is 180, let's say, for example. So based on this cost, already your BTCC would have been claimed. There is no way to know if the cost of mining will increase or decrease. So let's say if it's at 180, so now onwards, whatever BTCC that you will claim, this will be at 180, right? And this is gonna be fixed. For this BTCC, this B fuel is fixed. And let's say if it's at 200, how will you know? So there is practically no way to discover exactly what is the rate of harvesting or the cost of mining. And it doesn't matter, because whatever it is that you get to a point you determine, but your BTCC claim already have happened already. So it doesn't matter. What matters is, when do you encash this BTCC? when do you sell this BTCC which you have already harvested? So if you are harvesting right now today, and the rate of mining is 180, and if you are selling it today, you are gonna get just 123 for every BTCC. So you would be at loss. So keep on harvesting as you have budget. Keep on harvesting. It doesn't matter at what rate you harvest. It does matter, but practically you don't have a way to identify, if the rate is high or low. So just when you have budget, keep on harvesting. System is doing its thing, its own thing. It's doing all the calculation based on the, entire setup. So it doesn't matter. You just harvest as and when you can, but decide when you would like to cash it out. Make sure that you make a profit. And our request would be don't cash out all your BTCC. Have a strategy, like maybe 4 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. Let's say you harvest 100 BTCC. Maybe 30 to 40% you would like to hold for like 4 years. Maybe 20% you would like to hold for 1 year. Maybe 30% you would like to hold for 6 months or maybe 1 month. So as you feel comfortable, strategize your harvested BTCC. That way you will create a portfolio, you will create a wealth.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much. One last question.
Yes.
I've understood very well, but there's one more. I'm looking at in the future when the buffel has grown into a very big figure. So is there a way, maybe with the Dio Bank, that one can get a loan if somebody has not bought through P2P, can get a loan knowing that he is going to harvest on profit, that can get a loan and then does the harvesting and then pays back the money and then ensure that he has got his harvested BTCCs.
I think once we launch Dio Bank, lots of possibilities, of course, are there. Along with that, very soon we are going to be layer 1 blockchain. So even our blockchain will have lots of traction, lots of scalable things that can be planned on our blockchain. So I don't know exactly if it will be possible, but yes, we are very positive about everything that's happening around BTCC. So let's see, let's wait until then.
And
thank you.
And Trashit, there is partial harvesting that's available. You don't
Yes,
have
of
to
course,
do
it is there.
100%. I'm sorry, say again.
Yes, that is possible, but like if somebody has not harvested from the first day, like I have one of my teammate who is having like 400,000. So even his 1% is like 40,000 maybe.
Okay.
So that's a different challenge,
This is true. That's true. All right. Okay. Very good question, David. Thank you so much for stimulating that thought. Again, we are looking into as far as having a vision of the future, of which Trashit was able to stimulate our minds today. So thank you, David. Any more questions, folks? It is late where Trashit is, and so if there are no further questions, I also like to go ahead and note a couple of other super dads here. Mike and Sheba Joe are here. Express happy Father's Day to all of you. And so, Trashit, the reason I called you guys and addressed you as very important participants is that you recognize the value of the training that you have received. You saw a very good basic glimpse of it yesterday, and you said, I must be here for the end of it, for part 2. And one of the reasons that you appreciate what Trashit is teaching you and educating you today about is because you have been here. And the more that you have been here, the more that you learn, and the more you appreciate the education and information he's providing you, because you know more. Your ears are more intelligent. You have now given yourself the opportunity to absorb all of this information. So he is going to get richer and richer. So in about another 6 months or 3 months, Trashik goes through this, you'll be right on pace with him, firing at all pistons. So again, if you don't have a question right now and you remember later, make sure to use your DYQ form, that's drop your question form, and ask your question. One of the magnificent leaders, trainers will answer your question. Also, consult the results of the drop your question, because some of the questions may have been asked and answered already. So consult that. Then, of course, some have expressed some great sentiments here and feedback. You have that opportunity to do that as well in using the evaluation form. That is reviewed. So your feedback helps the corporation, the trainers, to be able to bring to you valuable information. And so we all work together as a team to improve this organization that we much appreciate, the opportunity that has been and is known as Affiliate Marketing 3.0. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your time and energy. Trashit, is there anything else that you wish to impart before we say goodbye?
No, that will be all for this week. Blessings to everybody. More power to everybody. And yes, we are right now with the right leadership, right community, and the right opportunity. Make sure you make the most of it. Thank you once again for joining. Thank you, Grace, and all the co-host panelists. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. And we'll see you soon on Monday with the master presentation by one of the rank leader. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Yes, thank you.